Welcome to Private Practice Lounge. My name is Janessa Borges. I'm a first-gen Latina therapist that teaches other therapists how to have successful, full-paying private practices with zero stress. I wanted to personally respond to an email that I received, and I'm going to read it to you, ladies and gents. This email came from Elaine, and it says, I feel like I'm ready to make the jump to start my private practice, and I'm scared. I work for someone else's practice and have for almost 4 years. Now I'm working 40 hours a week. I want more time. I appreciate you. All right, Elaine, this message, this loving message is from me to you. The fact that you're even thinking about taking the leap into private practice and you're saying that you want more time freedom is huge. There are different types of therapists that I've come across. There are therapists that are perfectly content and feel safe working for an agency and want that security. Then the extreme, you have me, that knew from the second that she completed her 1,920 hours, she submitted her application to take her test, took her test, and the second she received her congratulations, your license, opened up her business, right away, I had zero doubt that I wanted to be a business owner and be in charge of myself. Somewhere in the middle, Elaine, there are some people like you that are like, well, I want more than this, but I'm scared to make the leap. And while I love group private practices, I feel like there's a space for everything and everybody. I think that's great. A group practice is a way for a business owner to scale their businesses, right? Scaling is working from one to many. So she's able to have employees, or her, able to have employees, still make money from the work that you're doing, but pocket a percentage of it, or actually just give you a salary and pocket a huge percentage. So while I feel like there is time and space for everything and everybody, Elaine, if you feel the pull to go into private practice, this is your message and your permission to go for it. So what I'm imagining happens, like a lot of individuals, is fear. Fear is always at the back of all of these hesitations. And I'm imagining this like yarn ball for kittens that you're pulling apart. And somewhere we made this big ball of fears. So if you're feeling this huge ball on your shoulders, I would say, let's take a look at it, because it's usually never that big. The big is the feeling, right? But in there, as we pull things apart, there are more specific things. So your homework is to pull apart that ball of yarn and ball of fear and insecurity. And what are your true fears? And I can't answer that for you here because I don't have the fears. So is it fear of failing? Fear of not being successful, fear of not being able to charge what you want to charge, fear that nobody will pay you for what you want to charge, fear of failing, fear of leaving and having to go back to employment, fear of what the people around you will say. I want you to look through all of those fears, and we're not going to stop there, right? Just like we give our patients homework, I want you to look through those fears. Truly look at them, like every single one, regardless of how silly you think it may feel. And then I want you to come up with, where is that fear coming from? Then I want you to take it a step further and say, what is the best and worst case scenario? And what are we going to do with that feeling, right? So let's say, for example, you are scared of not making enough money. Okay, what amount is it that you want to make or need to make to survive? What amount is it that you want to make, period? What amount of people will it take to make the amount of money you want to make that you'll feel successful? What is it going to look like for you to reach that goal? What are you going to do if that goal is not met? And listen, there are times, I'm going to take this specific example. There are times where there are going to be ebbs and flows in business. It happens to all businesses. Nobody is exempt. What happens is what you do during that time, how you prepare for that time. So whether you have savings that you set apart for slow months, or if you get ill, whatever the fears are, I want you to make a list, but don't just make the list of fears. Make the list of how you're going to overcome it and what you're going to do in the case that your fear becomes reality. And here is the honest truth. I am not risk averse when it comes to making decisions like this. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. My greatest fear is not a failure. My greatest fear is having regret. I never want to look back at my life and regret doing or not doing something. I never want to regret feeling stuck and not doing something about it. So my challenge to you is to look at everything, make a plan, and go open that private practice. For those of you who don't know, in case you're watching this, other than the love I'm sharing with Elaine, is I have a program called Private Practice Blueprint, and it takes you from opening your doors through marketing. I also coach one-on-one. And Elaine, whatever you choose, whoever you choose to work with, however you choose to do it, it is your time. This is me giving you permission, because sometimes we feel like we need permission to go for it. I cannot wait to see what kind of private practice you create. Please keep in touch and let me know how it goes. And if anybody has any questions about private practice, put it down below and I will answer your question too.